Hey guys, with the recent, I want to say somewhat recent, coming out of Bardock and before Kevla, I did want to try and predict some of what characters I think would come out in season 4 of Gekishin Squadra. So every season we get 3 new characters. For my last video I recorded about who I want to see, I got 2 out of 2 out of 6 right. So who was this? I got, nope. Oh, who did I get? I got, jeez, oh my god. All right, well, I got Hit and I got Z Broly. And Z Broly, he didn't start off as base form, but he started off as Super Saiyan form, so I'll take that. But I was very, like, I was locked in on Hit. I knew Hit was coming. He had to. And this video, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I have some characters that I do want to see in the coming near future. Obviously, I have 6 characters here, some honorable mentions from last time that didn't get selected. So, what is that, 10 characters right now? Something I want to see. So, starting off with people that didn't get in last time, I do want to start with Kaioken Goku. And this is specifically from the Universe 6 vs 7 tournament where he fought Hit. I feel like a Kaioken Goku that starts off as blue and ramps up as a DPS to get like crazy attack stats, but at the same time, you're drawing some of your HP, could be like a lethal character. And pair him up with the Super Snowball, although it was nerfed, kind of like he would just go absolutely stupid. And his ult could be like he launches the Kamehameha, then he goes into the like where he goes into punch. That could be like like essentially a dash across the whole, like not the whole field, but a decent amount of space being taken with the dash. And then other abilities he can have, Loki, not sure, but I really just want to see Kaioken Goku Blue Kaioken represented in Gekishin Squadra in the near future. And another character that I want to see is Majin Vegeta. So as far as he goes, I'm thinking that he could start off as Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta or base form Vegeta, and then transform into Majin Vegeta. Or we could just start out playing out as Majin Vegeta. As far as the kit goes, obviously his finisher is going to be, what's it called? The Final Explosion. But he could have the atomic, I forgot the exact name of it. Let me see if I can find it. The atomic something. As his atomic flash, I think, as his super is like level 1 or 2. But yeah, Final Impact, that's what it's called. And then that could be like a piercing blow, similar to a special beam cannon, but I would say a little bit wider of a shot, and then it could cause bleeding, because the thing about that is like it shoots a hole straight through you, so could cause some bleed effect, could slow you down. And then as far as his ult with the Final Explosion, I believe it could probably lower. Well, obviously it's going to lower your own HP, but at the cost of you like decimate your opponent with crazy damage. But like I said, if he does transform, I'd be glad with that too. But I just want to see some representation of Majin Vegeta in Gekishin Squadra. Now moving on to the other character that I wanted to see, we got Buhan. Now we have Ultimate Gohan in the game, and we have a Fat Buu. I could see a Buhan coming out, similar to Gotenk Suite, where he has the ghost that attack for him, but instead of him like setting up the ghost, they're gonna be like on his hip, so he like he's rolling with it at all times, and he can use the ghost to like get early attacks in. That each ghost can have a certain debuff effect. They can do Kamehamehas with more damage. As far as the role I want Buhan to play, honestly, I have no clue, but I feel like if they wanted to, they could make it work. They really could make it work. And yeah, I feel like Buhan's done enough stuff to where he can like he's done enough stuff where he could have like dope abilities. I could see like this attack, one where he retreats back. I don't know. He could have some cool stuff. I just if not this, then I will gladly take a Kid Buu. Similar moveset, obviously no ghost. He'll probably have the Vanishing Ball, Super Vanishing Ball, and I feel like Kid Buu could have a bunch of like transportation abilities, because he does that a lot. Taunt or a Wrath effect, that would work perfectly fine too. And then moving on to our next character, I believe we could see a little bit of Rose. Now, we have Zamasu in the game, right? And recently we got Kefla, and we got we didn't get Kefla, we got Khalifa, and we have Kale. So I feel like low key we can get a Zamasu and a Rose, and then a fusion Zamasu in the future. That's just me though. As far as his abilities go, Fierce God Slicer, that's a must. He could have the same dash ability as Zamasu, but I feel like he might have clones with him. That'll be cool. Clones to like set up in each area. Since he copies Goku, you can get the Kamehameha. He could get an instant transmission. He could get the Scythe as an ultimate, or he could like lock you down with his Rift, similar to like what Cell does. So like something along this lines, where like a giant Scythe that launches enemies across. I could see that being a possibility. But yeah, I just feel like the amount of potential they have with each of these characters is insane actually. But yeah, I want to see Rose, one of the last batch. Now moving on to the new batch of characters that I want to see. First off the list is going to be a Tien and Chaozu from Cell Saga specifically, or the Sand Saga specifically. Now, I feel like you could have a tank, maybe a tank Tien, maybe a technical, but definitely not a DPS. Where you could set up the Neo Tri-Beam, and then as an ultimate, maybe like a one-time ultimate, you could like throw Chaozu and he just does crazy damage, like a crazy AoE explosion, and he just blows up the whole like enemy team. Maybe the radius can be the circle of the tank or the tower, but I feel like a Tien and Chaozu kind of combo character would go insanely stupid. Like I feel like he's got to be like crazy busted. As far as his abilities, we got Neo Tri-Beam. We have, oh my gosh, Tien doesn't do a lot of stuff. He could have the volleyball attack from Dragon Ball. That's pretty much it. Like he doesn't do that much. Just a bunch of heavy attacks. But yeah, Dodon Ray. I'm stupid about that. Yeah, Dodon Ray. I'm dumb. But I feel like Tien and Chaozu could have a lethal impact on the game. Now, moving on to the tank I want to see. I want to see a Golden Frieza. Probably a final form that transforms, or starting off in a Golden Frieza. But either way, I just want to see him represented in some form or fashion. Now, what they can do with his ult, they can have the earth-shattering blast he did, where he just puts his hand on the ground and blows up the whole earth like a giant vicinity. That could be cool. Something similar to what Android 16 does with the Hell Flash. As far as his like skills, we could have what is it called? Split finger shot if he does from Xenoverse, and we could have just death beams, similar to like what other Frieza like death beam stuff. Really not a lot to him. I like he's got to be like a tank. So if he goes from final to golden, as soon as he turns golden, he needs to have like crazy damage reduction, like on Bardock level of damage reduction. That's what he needs to have. But yeah, moving on to our next character, I want to see some Android 13. Now, this could start off as, or Super Android 13. This could start off as a base Android 13 with a sidekick 14, 15, like not as skills because that wouldn't work, but as like a little rush attack, like where they come in. Now, at level 7 or 8, they fuse into Android 13, like fusing Android 13. And he gets like crazy damage outputs. You have the SS Deadly Bomber that tracks people. That would be cool. I would love to see that in the game. If they do just go base Android 13, they could obviously go base with the 14, 15, be his 2 skills, and the SS Deadly Bomber can be his last one, where it's super. But either way, I just want to see Android 13 represented in some form or fashion. I feel like you can't do a lot with Android 13, but you could at least make it good. Alright. Now, moving on to our next character, we have Broly. Now, we did get a Z Broly from last season. Now, I was hoping for a Super Broly this one. Now, we did get Vegito in the recent season, so we might see Gogeta next season. We might not. You never know. But or maybe it might be too early for a new Broly, because they're pretty similar as far as like how they work. Obviously, like their motives and all that are completely different, but like he would just be like crazy damage dealer. Not a lot to him. You can get the stomps that might be similar to Z Broly, but I feel like you could do a lot if with Super Broly. You can have him transforming with his ape infused form. You can start off with Super Saiyan Broly, Base Broly. I feel like he has a lot of stuff that he can do, and he's done a lot of stuff in the movie. The mouth beam could be his ult. Like, Broly has a lot of moves and a lot of potential. But obviously, I'm not gonna like make full fleshed out kits for each character right now, just because it is what it is. But yeah. Now moving on to the next character, we have Yamcha. Now hold on, this is another Saiyan Saga pick, but I feel like Yamcha can be one of the craziest technical characters in the game. Now, his supers, you could add one Wolfang Fist, like a dash attack, a Kamehameha, and then his ult is going to be the Spirit Ball. Simple as that. And with the Spirit Ball, you can, it's going to be, well, it's easier to be mouse and keyboard players, but it's going to be harder for controller players. But you can have the ability to, like, use your cursor or your controller, whatever it's called, to, like, guide the Spirit Ball to wherever it's going. Now, I feel like that would be insane. And the longer it stays out, the more damage it does, or the more times it hits people, the more damage it does. Either way, I feel like it's going to be crazy. And this is how he works in Dokkan. Like, he dodges a lot. So, like, if you want to, like, the longer you're alive, like a crazy passive, the longer you're alive, the more damage ramp up you get. I'm cooking. Low-key cooking. Alright. Next character we have a Zamasu. So like I said earlier, if we get a Rose, it's always possible we get a fusion Zamasu. Or we can get a Rose that fuses into Zamasu. But I doubt I'll see that happen. Now, as far as Zamasu goes, let's see. He does a lot of stuff. So you can start off as base form fusion Zamasu and then transform into Corrupted. His attacks wise, he has the bird. So let's think, which Zamasu has it? Something like this right here. If I can play it. I don't think they have it. But, yeah, this type doesn't show the animations. But something like the bird attack where you get the halo in the back of his head. Something along the lines of him using his blade as a hand. He should have, like, crazy offense. He could fly, too, so he should have some speed boost. A somewhat decent amount of tank because he took a lot of hits. You have the blades right here, Blades of Judgment, that could be a skill, and then his ult is gonna be the ball. I don't know which card it is. Which card has it? This ball right here, right? And I'm thinking, like, if he ends up transforming, obviously he's gonna go transform into Fusion Zamasu Corrupted, right? Now, this would go crazy. He doesn't do, like, a lot of beam attacks. It's mainly just, like, throwing hands with, like, a very little beam usage or energy usage. But, like, he could rush at you, throw a bunch of attacks out with his fist. His ult could be the Test of God, this one right here, where he just shoots the ball. Similar to this one right here. And I don't know. I feel like his damage output's got to be crazy. He could be a tank. I could see either a tank or a DPS role. But either way, I feel like Fusion Zamasu is going to go stupid. Stupid. Now, one other character I did want to show that I really, really want to see is Janemba. Now, you could start off as Fat Janemba, like a tank, right? I don't know if they're going to, like, go every character is going to be a transforming character, but you could start off as a tank with Janemba and then transform into Super Janemba, right? You have Raksha's Claw, the sword in general. You can carry the sword on him, like Trunks. You have the teleportation abilities. You have the beam counter abilities. So, like, if you get hit with a beam attack, you can essentially just, like, open the portal up and just redirect it at him. That'll be really cool. So, 17 in Gekishin, what he can do, he negates, like, damn near all beam attacks, right? With his ult. I don't know which ability it is, but with his ult. But with Zamasu, or with Janemba, throw your little barrier up, any beam attack coming at you, shoots back at them for what, like, maybe 1.5 extra damage. I feel like if it's an ult, that'll definitely kill him, but the window's got to be really small, because you can't just spam the ability, right? And his rush attack can be the sword, obviously, his ult, Honestly, it might be the ult where he grabs you. So what he does to Pycon right here, where essentially he puts his fist up to Pycon where he teleports behind him, and then Savage Skewer, that could be an ability. Hellgate, that'd go crazy. And then you have, oh my gosh, I forgot what it was. You have the shards. I forgot what it is. Hold on one second. Lightning Shower Rain would go, I don't know, it'd be like a little range attack, not like too far of a distance, but I feel like you hit a bunch of enemies with it, they're inflicted with like damage down or something. I feel like that'll be good. Let's think. Like I said, pretty fast character. He could be technical because just because he can teleport like everywhere. That'll be like a little. He gets an extra evasion. That's a good idea. I'm just saying. Now, moving on to our last character for today. Who is it? Was that it? Oh. Did I run out of characters? Oh, I think that's it. Alright then. Well, I guess that's it. I went over, what, Broly 13? Yeah. I guess that's it. So, like, the character I do want to see the most, alright, is low-key a Janemba. Like, I feel like Janemba would go crazy. And that would open the doors for, like, an anniversary Gogeta. The Super Gogeta, mind you. We could get Blues, obviously. But I feel like a Super Gogeta would be, like, so much more cooler. But, yeah. I want to see these characters in Gekishin Squadra. Who do you guys want to see? Let me know down in the comments. If you did like this video, like, subscribe, show some love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, have a nice day.